Oh, tonight, Puss, I got something hard edge.
What?
Pokemon cards. Me and Tommy Mac are taking down a truckload.
I just heard about they're gonna jack a load of these Pokemon cards.
Scalpers suck. They're the literal bottom feeders of the shopping industry. Scalping, for those who are unaware, but let's be honest, you're probably aware and I'm only doing this because I'm trying to stretch this video out, is the act of buying a product for retail value and then reselling it for a profit. Whether it's the latest gaming console, graphics card, concert ticket, or a toy for little Timmy, scalpers will be there to ruin everybody's day by marking up its price. When there's little supply and a big demand, you can guarantee that items are going to be scalped. It's even worse when companies artificially limit the amount of stock they have in order to induce FOMO or the fear of missing out. Sometimes scalpers aren't too bad and will only ask for a 10% profit, but most will put these items up for double the retail value of the product. If water was scarce, these fuckers would rather piss in your mouth or let you die of thirst than give you a bottle for an affordable price, and there's little to nothing you can do about it since they control the market. Now, due to scalping, most of the time we have two options when dealing with limited supply items. Either A, you agree to suck off the scalper and pay the exorbitant price of what they're asking for, or B, you wait it out until the item becomes more readily available, which could take months, if not years. Preferably, option B should be the go-to, but unless you get lucky and find it at a store or in stock online, you better get on your damn knees if you want the product anytime soon. So what can be done about scalping since it's not illegal? I mentioned before that scalping is all based on the idea of supply and demand. If something has little to no demand, scalpers won't even think about touching it with a 10-foot pole. And if it has a high demand, it's going to be harder to find than the damn Ark of the Covenant. But what if the exact opposite happened? A product was scalped that had absolutely no demand, no way of turning a profit, and scalpers were stuck with it. Well, today we have just that. I'm going to tell you how a group of trolls ended up convincing scalpers to buy hundreds of copies of a shitty Hannah Montana game. It's no secret that the Wii was one of the easiest consoles to mod. Yes, this is another Wii video, I'll make broader content after this one. All you had to do was insert an SD card with a couple of files on it and put it in the console. Sometimes you also needed a game, but the process was pretty streamlined compared to other consoles you needed a hardware mod. Modding the Wii allowed you to do shit like play DVDs, since Nintendo was too cheap to pay Dolby for the rights, run unauthorized software, remove region locking, and of course, piracy. And that last ability made Nintendo constantly make console updates that blocked the Wii's ability to be modded back in the day. The first Wii mod in general was the Wiinja in 2007. Fucking terrible name aside, it was a chip that could be installed in order to play perfectly legal backups and pirated games. Now, Nintendo didn't let this shit fly for a second, and as soon as a system update came out, the console would display an unauthorized hardware message and didn't let you do anything. Now, due to this, software modding was the more appealing option. The first software mod was the Twilight Hack in 2008, which utilized an exploit in Twilight Princess to run software that would allow you to install the homebrew channel. Side note, can people stop fucking commenting jokes about 1940s event on that shitty video I made 3 years ago? That would be appreciated. Thank you. The Twilight Hack worked by replacing a Twilight Princess original save file with one that contained a long string of letters rather than the player name. By talking to an NPC, it would cause a buffer overflow memory leak that allowed unauthorized code to run on the console. Anyway, soon after, Nintendo would push out an update that blocked the Twilight Hack. This led hackers to try and discover new exploits that worked in other games in order to reinstall the mods that were removed. Banner Bomb was then found in the system menu that didn't need a game in order to be installed. Rather, the exploit took advantage of the SD card menu to load an ELF file instead of the channel. Banner Bomb, just like the Twilight Hack, allowed for the homebrew channel to be installed, as well as BootMe, which could be installed as an additional operating system. In 2011, after one of the Wii updates once again patched this exploit for the homebrew channel, rumors began to circulate of a new exploit being found that would re-enable modding. For months, people speculated on what the exploit would be, until one day it was revealed via a forum post. The exploit was in Hannah Montana the game. Now, this may sound like total bullshit, which it was, but keep in mind most games that include exploits are rushed licensed games, so Hannah Montana fit the description. Hannah Montana the game was released on April 7th, 2009 to critical shame. It received a 2 out of 10 from the most trustworthy site, IGN.
It has a little something for everyone.
And little to no one cared about it. The game was in bargain bins at the time of the rumor circulating and could be picked up fairly cheaply. Well, that was until Scalpers found out. As soon as the news broke, people went wild trying to buy up as many copies of the game as possible. But there was a problem. There were 2 Hannah Montana games released for the Wii, and it was never specified which one worked with the exploit. Well, fuck it, just buy both. eBay listings then started to appear of hundreds of Hannah Montana games at inflated prices. This then caused a chain reaction of major retailers jacking up their prices of the game, trying to jump on the Hannah Montana hack bandwagon. The other problem was there was never an exploit to begin with. For some reason, no one ever actually confirmed that Hannah Montana was even an exploitable game in the first place, except for one dude on Twitter.
I'm some random fuckface from online.
Why did people say there was an exploit in the game then?
We do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
The entire rumor started as a way to trick scalpers into buying hundreds of copies of a game no one would ever buy, and scalpers had stacks of worthless games to take a loss on. And that was basically how trolls trick scalpers into buying a worthless game. If you learned something new or enjoyed the video, consider subscribing or liking as it helps out with the channel. Until next time,